But also, I don't feel like people are trying to live up to a type. They're just doing what they want to do, right? Or no?
Yeah.
Maybe I need to spend some more time here. I don't know what I'm talking about.
You should, but I'm sorry about the weather now because it's rather cold still. But
yesterday was beautiful when I got in.
Great.
It was beautiful. I mean, I've never seen it that light out at 10 o'clock at night. I was like, oh yeah. It's like sunset at 9:30. What's going on? It's crazy.
I'm glad you got to see that because we had like the most rainy period since.
Oh
no. I think it's 200 years back since we had this much rain in May.
Fucking global warming. Everything's backwards right now.
But back to you. You've worked with Shellback, Johan Schuster, Schuster. How would you say?
That was good.
Yeah. and Max Martin, of course, for this album. Could you tell me about your collaboration with these geniuses?
They're amazing. They are geniuses.
Yeah.
I mean, Shellback's like, I feel like he's like the mad scientist of the recording studio. Like, he's got like all of these genius ideas and they're all in his head. Like, he can hear them all. He's got like an audio imagination. Every part, he knows what it's supposed to sound like and how it'll all fit. Even when writing with him, a lot of the times the tracks that came about through him were, he has like the general beat and the chord progression, and then he'll kind of just sing like a melody with no words, but kind of like a nonsense thing that doesn't like really actually mean anything, but that's what he wants it to sound like. That's the vowel sounds that he wants in that part. I think he's got this, he understands how to like worm into people's brains, you know what I mean? And then like, you know, with the song like Rumors, that was the case. He came up with this melody, and then Tuvalu and I sat down and we're like, okay, how do we put words to this like shape?
So you get a demo with him, from him, with that melody, and then you it's sort of colored by numbers.
It's more of like kind of an interpretation. It's like, okay, how do we make a story out of all these cool sounds?
But can you also can you tell the difference between the sort of musical expression of Shellback and Max Martin?
Yeah, they have different styles. I mean, I think Shellback's really rhythmic. His stuff is like his pocket is like funk. A lot of it's funky. He's really good at that. Rhythmic stuff that's like really catchy. His guitar work is unbelievable. Max's sense of melody is it's more like a melody, like a more traditional melody.
And he has a sort of a blue stroke. There's a blueness to Max Martin's melodies, I would say, that Shellback's perhaps
blueness? Like a blue note? Like a...
Yeah, well, what's the word? Sort of, alltså... Är det mer?
Oh, like the emotional?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there is a melancholy. I thought you meant like blue. I thought you meant like blue is in the blues because he hates the blues.
Yes.
Yeah, like if I try to do something with a melody that's like a blue note, he'd be like, no. Okay, keep it major. Yeah. But that's like a Swedish thing too. Yeah. That's the big difference between like the European sound and the American sound, I think.
Okay.
Is the Americans are much more influenced by the blues than like Swedish pop is.
How can you hate the blues?
I don't know.
But he does.
I mean, I don't want to put words in his mouth. He leans away from that with his stuff. It's probably the more PC way to put it. But it's like the bluesy stuff. It's not his. That's not where his ear goes.
No.
Yeah.
And obviously, he does something right, I guess.
He's amazing. Because that's the thing. A blues melody is much harder to hum and get stuck in your head than a major pop hook.
How did you guys meet?
Well, right as American Idol was winding down, I started having meetings about the album that I was going to make. asked me for some names of people that I loved, and I kept saying Max Martin because of all the stuff he had done up until that point. I mean, the Kelly Clarkson and Pink records that he had put out at that point were like, they blew my mind. I thought they were just so good.